Hello there! Once again, this is Anton from Antonimo Bay, starting off with what I guess is probably a question, and that is, does the average comic book reader consider manga to be comics? I know it is comics, but this is a little book. It's kind of like a trade paperback. Do people consider this to be, if you read these, are you a comic book collector? I guess I don't really know, and that's why I'm asking. It's not like a trolling question. These aren't kept in the same area as comic books. They are clearly, there's clearly some like aesthetic differences and design differences to the whole thing. The fact that they all read backwards, for one thing. But, do you consider these comics? So this is, because I don't even know if I consider these comics, but this is Ken Akamatsu's Love, Hina. I should probably get the title out there. This is probably the only, I'd say manga series that I probably really got into and read the whole thing. And this is probably 10 years ago. And I have to say, it's definitely cheesy. It's definitely got a lot of cliche manga stuff in it, but I found the whole series to be remarkably endearing. They do really well in your character development. You really get involved with these people. Of course, it's got a lot of goofy, happy accident type booby grabbing and silly things like that you'll always see in, pretty much always see in a lot of manga. But you've got like a really deep a lifelong love story involved with it too. So I really appreciate the book. It's got a lot of coming of age type stuff into it, and that's why I read it probably 10, 12 years ago, maybe even a little longer. And this is hands down the most loaned out collection of books that I've ever had. I think I have loaned these to so many different people, and they've read them. And I'd loan like the first 3 to somebody, and then I'd have to loan them the next 3 or 4, and then I'd have to loan the first 3 to somebody else, and I probably have a dozen people that have gone through these and read them all, and I'm amazed that they have stayed in as good a shape as they have, being loaned out as much as they have been. But your basic story is just kind of a loser, down on your luck type guy who's, of course, super likable, but an idiot. And he's in charge of a girls' dormitory. Like, you've never heard of that story before in Japanese comics. But I don't know, the delivery on it, the way it's done, by the time you get to book 14, you're fried. Actually, by the time you get done with book 3, most people are so invested that they will burn through the rest of the series. And I think each issue, or each book I should say, we'll call them a book, usually runs about 9, 8 or so different comic book chapters and stories. And it's all about his goals to get to Tokyo U to meet the girl of his dreams, who he made a promise to meet there. In the meantime, he's got all these like crazy adventures with all the girls that live in his apartment that he inherited. So, there's obviously, look, awarded Best Manga, USA release 2002. Wow, that is older than I thought. Because these were not even all out when I started reading them. Some manga books have like this like skinny, weirdish art style, and this, I appreciate the art style. It is fun, it is goofy, it has a lot of running gags in it, to the point that, the running gags are so hilarious. By the time you get 10 books in, you're just waiting for it. And it's not like there's just one, there's a lot of them. So I don't know, the book is very well written. I've read some of these that, I don't know, they're kind of one note, and I think this one has a pretty diverse bunch of stuff going on. I realize it's probably not the most interesting video to do, but if you're a fan of Love, Hina, or if you've ever heard of it, you know that if you have this, you eventually want to talk about it at some point. The animation, the movies, the cartoons were not near as good as the books, obviously. There was so much more depth, and there is a lot of depth, generational depth to these, so I appreciated that. But they were a lot better than the animated series, which I can still get the weird theme song to stuck in my head. If you do happen to watch the animated series, do not watch the dub. The dub is bad. just watch the captions, read your captions. You can do it. But yeah, not a big manga guy. But this is one series that bit me in the ass, so that I had to like really close out. And I remember checking at Hastings Entertainment Stores all the time for these things to finally get in and finally close out, and able to get the whole set. Anyway, if you like that, leave me a comment. Let me know if you're a Love Hina fan. Let me know if these are considered comics or not. I don't know. Are these comics? They feel like comics, but they don't feel like comics. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's my story. I will catch you guys later. Bye.